Hi guys, this is Dr. Prajana. Hope you guys are doing amazing. Like always, it's such an honor to connect with you. Today I want to talk about how to stay motivated in the middle of the work week. How to stay motivated in the middle of the work week. Yes, it can become extremely overwhelming. Yes, and yes, right? So how do we detach? How do we realign in the middle of the work week? Number one, remind yourself that being pulled in different directions, excessive meetings, work overload, it's part of the job. It's part of the job. Sometimes we have to accept the realities of our situations. So number one, accept the fact that, hey, it's part of the job. Being pulled in different directions, attending meetings, planning, feeling that overload, right? The expectations are high and it's part of the job. But the question is, how will you react, right? The question is, how will you react to this reality, right? So number one, don't hope it to be a certain way, right? Or a different way. Accept it, right? Be open no matter what. Stay open. What I mean by open is keep your heart open, right? No matter what. Focus on what brings you joy. So when the tension is getting to you, right? Remember to let go and remain open. Keep telling yourself, I'm not going to close. I'm not going to close. It's part of the job. It's part of the job. I'm not going to close. It's part of the job. I'm going to stay open. I'm going to stay open and focus on what brings me joy, right? So what are some other solutions? As I mentioned, accept the reality of the work dynamic. Stay full of life no matter what. Be the light no matter what. Don't join the complaining train. Do not join that train where all the colleagues are complaining and you're joining in and you're like, oh my God, I feel so overwhelmed. And that becomes your narrative. Don't make it your narrative. Do not make this your work narrative. Be aware of what kind of narrative you're playing into as you enter that building, right? Next, detach by making it could be worse list. Detach by making it could be worse list. What do I mean by that? You can put this on your Post-it during the middle of the week or when needed. Okay, so on the Post-it, write work motivation. Write down, I'm not paralyzed in bed in a hospital. There are many individuals who are paralyzed due to Parkinson's or whatever illness, and they're paralyzed, can't move in bed, but that's not your situation right now. Next, say to yourself, I'm still alive. Just imagine all the people that still wanted to be present for their loved ones, their grandchildren, but they transitioned back to God already, right? So be grateful for still being alive. Write down, I'm not working out in the cold. So if that's not your situation, you can say, I'm not working out all day in the cold. There are people who work outside, like construction workers who are working outside in the cold. So be grateful for that, right? Yes, you have a lot of work. Yes, you feel overwhelmed, but you are safe and you are loved. Remind yourself of that. Also remind yourself that if you think negatively, hostility only grows. So catch yourself when you start getting into that complaining mode or I feel overwhelmed mode, right? As soon as you do that, when you start getting to that negative thinking, say to yourself, hostility. And remind yourself that hostility only breeds more hostility in your life. It creates negative hormones. It lowers your immunity. So be more in an open heart state, right? A heart that's full of love and greatness, right? That's excited to see the day is going to unfold, right? And lastly, create a gratitude list in the sense of, when I say gratitude list, I'm talking about like, what are the benefits of your job? Make a list, a work benefit list, and write down what all the benefits are and list it. And list it in the middle of the week. Renew that list because you'll forget. And it doesn't have the same impact if you're using the same list from last week. Recreate it. All right, guys, I hope this was helpful. Okay, stay motivated. You got this. You matter, right? Wherever you are, they need you, right? Because you bring so much love and joy and greatness. And remember your 3 purposes if you forget. Acts of service, share your creative juices, and then let go of your little me and others' little me. That means the egos, your ego and their ego. Remind yourself of that, right? Be excited about the day. Okay, work is just work. It's like going to the bathroom. It's just another thing to do. But you can just bring greatness into it. And the greatness is you. All right, guys, take care of yourself. You matter. You're amazing. You got this. You rock.